Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. I have an extra special guest with me today. All right, y'all. First, before we begin, let me explain today's challenge. We are having a very exciting, once-in-a-lifetime exclusive Bone Bride Banish extravaganza featuring 3 of the spookiest games for the spooky season. That's right, y'all. We are going to be discussing 9 RIP, Virche Evermore, and Café Enchanté. Because what better games can you even imagine for spooky season, for Halloween? I can't think of anything better, that's for sure. And I have an extra special guest. This is, well, I'm just going to say Hannah-kaza for today. Will you please introduce yourself, Hannah?
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah, or Hannah-kaza, or Ship's Navigator, what do you ever want to call me. So I am really, really happy to be on my first stream as a guest. So I'm used to doing panels. That's what I usually do. Actually, I met you at my panel this year. um, so yeah, if you ever been to my panels before, I've done them at San Japan, San Antonio, Anime Frontier in Fort Worth, and I've done a couple with friends out in Anime Expo out in Los Angeles. So yeah, I am a huge Otome gamer. I've been playing these for like 8, 9 years now. So yes, and these 3, what we're talking about, are some of my favorites. So I'm really into them. I am very excited to get this started.
Me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just like last minute adjusting stuff. Look at this. Look at y'all. I just want to show you this travesty that I did on Canva the other day as like backup. I was like, I have no art skills. Okay. I am not an artist. All right. Let's just say, and also, hello, Asuna. Welcome, you stunner.
Yes,
Thank you for being here. We're so glad to have you. But listen, y'all, I was like, what should we do to represent Hannah? And Hannah's Twitter profile has this lovely akaza. So I put akaza in like drag. And it's fabulous. But listen, and then JMB is an artist. Did y'all know that? And JMB has actually created Otome Games herself. And she was like, hey, offering to create beautiful art for some folks. And then, she agreed to do this for us for the stream. And so this is Hannah in cosplay as Akaza, which is absolute amazingness. And it's like so beautiful and perfect. Like my eyes are starry-eyed.
She did a great job, and she was fast about it too. She was super fast. It's like, no need to rush or anything. She was like, no, I got this. I was like, okay. But I'm thankful. I'm really grateful. I feel like that's kind of become, like, a lot of people know me as the Akaza and Dante girl. And so, and the last few panels I have cosplayed Akaza, except for Anime Expo, I did Dante because my friend was Nikolai. So yeah. I guess I need to do a Dante one day.
Yeah, I think you do. You totally need a Dante one. 100%. 100%. So anyways, Hannah-kaza 1.0 of Rue does not draw can go away. Go buy Hannah-kaza, that one. And the new and improved, many thanks to JMB for making this. This is the one that's gonna stay. We're gonna use this. All right, y'all? Isn't that great? I know, thank you, Asuna. All right, now we always have a challenge, okay? What we're going to do today is we're going to have rankings for all of the husbandos from these 3 games. Not just the love interests, y'all, but literally all the husbandos. And I'm including side characters. If it's a husbando, it's on the list. Okay? And so Hannah and I are both going to be, well, what we're going to do today is this. Here's our agenda, okay? Y'all listen. First, we're going to describe briefly what the game is about. And then we have slides for each one of these handsome guys. And we're going to talk about a little bit about the guys. It's not going to be a big spoilery, no giant plot spoilers, okay? We will be talking about the premise of the game, of each character, things that stood out to us, you know, like little things about the plot that don't matter that much, you know? But like, you know, if somebody, you know, puts you in a cage, we're not going to tell you that. We don't know. Y'all don't need to know that, okay? Until, you know, who knows? That might happen. It might not happen. If there are side characters in here as well, and you don't know if a side character is a secret love interest or not. You don't know that, okay? You have no idea because they're all in there. All the side characters are in there. All the love interests are in there. If it's a husbando, it's in there, like I said before. So you don't have to worry about big plot spoilers or nothing like that. If you haven't played these games, this is going to be a safe stream for you to hang out and share your opinions as well in the chat. Please, please do let us know. Would you bone, bride, banish these guys and the rest of the tiers? So what do you think about that? Did I miss anything there, Hannah, with the backstory of how we're going to run this?
No, I think you're spot on. Yeah, I don't want to, because some people might watch this later or they're tuning in live, and I really don't want to spoil people, especially these 3 games have a lot going on, like a lot, and don't want to ruin that for anyone.
100%. So y'all feel safe and have a good time, you know, and now you have an idea of what to expect moving forward. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our first game, which is, drumroll, 9 RIP. Hello, Virtani. Welcome, you stunner. Thank you for being here. Virtani, I hope that you'll share your opinions in the chat on each of these husbandos. Like, let us know. Would you bride them? Would they be your bestie, you know? Okay, so here's what we're going to do, y'all. As you can see, each one of these little characters, they have a photo. And so each one of us gets one of these photos, and after we talk about each guy, then we're going to go ahead and move him where he belongs. So at the top of the list is brainrot. And brainrot means I'm obsessed with this man. I love this man. He's like the best of the best. Bride is I would absolutely marry this man and spend the rest of my life with him. And then there's bone. And that's like, this is a temporary thing, okay? The man's hot. I would bone him. But are we getting married? No, we're not doing that. And then we have bestie, and that's like, I like you, you're great and everything, but we're not dating, okay? This is not going to be romantic. You're in the friend zone. And then, but hear me out, okay? This is the one where my friends think I'm crazy because I love this man so much. But listen, I don't care, okay? I know he's trash, all right? I know that I should make him step, but I'm not going to because I'm obsessed with him for some weird reason. I'm crazy. And then there's boring, and this is, who's that guy again? Huh? Oh, okay, I don't hate him. And then banish is like, get out of my face. I don't want to see you. You're annoying, or maybe I actually hate you. All right, so Hannah, what about you?
Just want to say, like, this is like the whole disclaimer about this is our own opinions. Like, this is not the opinions of everybody. It's just our own. Because I try not to, like, I'm the type of person that tries to refrain from, like, if I really hate a character, like, bashing. Because, you know, everybody has their own taste. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be light. You know, I don't think I really, like, with these 3 games, there's not too many that I'm like hate, you know. Usually, like, they have to do something really, really bad for me to absolutely hate them. So
I love that. Yeah, I agree, y'all. This is just our opinions, and you're here to judge our terrible taste harshly. So please do give us all the comments and tell us what you would do with these husbandos. All right, so let's talk about our first boy, shall we? the game 9RIP that we've been playing, the whole premise is as Misa is spirited away in some way, shape, or form, and the whole point is you're romancing these spirits and ghosts as they're helping you kind of figure out what you want to do with your life, essentially. Is that a good description of 9RIP?
Yeah.
Anyway, first boy is Hibiki. This is Hibiki from 9RIP, y'all. This is the ghost in the mirror. Now, we were just playing 9RIP for the last several streams, so many of you are familiar with Hibiki here. And this character, he's a sad boy, y'all. He's a sad boy. He is precious. He's adorable. He's unhinged. Okay, he's questionable for sure. He's a little dangerous. He's definitely dangerous. He does some things that, he probably shouldn't be doing, but you completely understand why he does them. But he's also very helpful. He's got a good heart. He's a good guy. What do you think about Hibiki? What can you tell us about him as a character, Hannah?
I feel the same way. Like, I think he is really one of those must protect at all costs type characters, and I really enjoyed his route. It was probably one of my favorite routes in the game. Very compelling, and he's just super cute. Yeah, he's a little unhinged, but that cute unhinged, balances out, right?
Yeah.
But I love his Seiyu a lot. He's in some other Otome games, and also I'm a huge A3. I don't know if anyone in this chat is familiar with A3. It's an Otome game, but it was huge into that, and he's a Seiyu in that. So I've been following him. So I'm a follower of certain Seiyus, so I've been following him around. I was so happy that he got a lead in Otome. But yeah, he's super cute, and I like him a lot. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Seiyus, Hibiki here is voiced by, it's pronounced Shunichi Toki, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes. Who also, fun fact, voices Dahut from Virche and Leo Calvanese from Pio Fiore. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so, yeah, this is the ghost in the mirror, y'all. He's a dangerous, sad boy, and he's unhinged. He's a little crazy, but he's precious at the same time. Shall we go ahead and rank him?
Yes.
All righty. All right. So Hannah and I are going to go ahead and move. We're going to do our rankings now. Oh, well, let's talk about it first. So I'm going to, well, we'll do it at the same time. We'll move them around.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
This is kind of hard. I think I'll put him here.
All right, y'all. I'm brain rotting over this man. He fits. Okay, my 3 favorite types are sad boys, sociopaths, and tsunderes. And Hibiki is 2 out of 3. He's a sad boy and a sociopath, okay? Of course he's going into my brain rot. If they cry, my heart, it's over. I love them, okay? Why did you put him under Bride?
He's definitely, yeah, sure. He's marriageable material. I'm not like obsessed with him compared to some of the other characters when we get down to it, but I really liked him, and he deserves love. So yes, I would bride him. He's cute. And like I said, I'm usually not always into the sociopaths, but he's got that good balance, so that's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he does. He does have a good balance. It's a hard character to act, I bet, but the voice actor really knocked it out of the park. Speaking of voice actors,
Yeah.
Vertani says, I've kept saying how his VA makes me upset because of Dahut, but he's also in Winter's Wish as an antagonist, so that just makes it worse. But he's such a cutie in Dairoku, and technically I like his voice, so the VA confuses me.
So in Dairoku, yes, he's in that too, and that's a really underrated game, in my opinion. It's really underrated.
All right, so this next guy, and these are in alphabetical order from the name that we know them best in the localized versions of these games. So this next boy is Koharu, and Koharu is this game is all about ghosts and spirits and all that kind of stuff. So he falls in line with all of that. Koharu, he is funny because as a spirit, he looks like he's all mean, but he's a tsundere. He's the best kind of tsundere. He's a total sunbun where he acts all scary and like he's this big tough guy when you first meet him. But then it turns out he's really a mother hen. He bakes cookies and things like that. If you go outside, he'll be like, "It's cold out there. Do you have a jacket? You don't leave without a jacket on, Hey, did you have dinner? Do you have lunch ready?" All that kind of stuff. Koharu, he's a mother hen. He's adorable. Also, he's extremely hot. I think he's one of the hottest characters of all time, to be honest. And especially when he has his secondary outfit on, he's extra hot. He cooks, he bakes, he dotes. He's an Angie sunbun. What's not to like, okay? And he pretends to be scary, which is adorable. I love it. I love him. Anyway, what do you think about him, about Koharu, Hannah?
Oh God, I feel called out right now. So I have a couple friends that always when they play games like, "Oh, I ship you with these characters." This is one of the characters I get shipped with a lot because I do feel called out. I'm not a tsundere towards, but yeah, he's all those things. He's definitely. It kind of has a mixture of like I like to say a kudere and tsundere type thing. Yes, but he is a good baker if you like that sort of thing. He is very doting, devoted type guy. Um, uh, which are kind of my type. All that stuff. I don't want to admit it's kind of my type, but it's another say who's been popping up. I'm sorry if I add all the Seiyu stuff in. I liked it, but he's starting to pop up in a lot of Otome now. Um,
He is voiced by Yuhei Azakami. Wait.
He's Yori's brother.
Really?
Yeah, that's Yori's brother.
Oh my God, I haven't finished that game. That guy is the hottest. Like, he's the hottest guy in that whole game, and he's not even a love interest. An illusion of Itahari?
Yeah, it's sadly not until the fanness, which I hope we get next year. I'm like manifesting. But I really don't know where to put him. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I will. Am I dragging too much here? Whoops, sorry. I'm like can't drag. I will put him in brain rot for reasons. I really can't get him out of my head at times when I see him. So
He's a good brain rot, if you ask me. I get it. Peak.
I will put him in there for reasons.
Plus, you get shipped with him all the time, It goes.
Sure.
And I'm writing him because he's got husband qualities. He cooks. He's loyal. He is affectionate, even though he's a sunbun. He tries to hide it, but he's precious, okay, and he's hot. I'm writing him, husband. All right, this is Koyo. Koyo is a streamer, y'all. He streams horror games, I think. And he's in the urban legends realm in 9RIP. And he's friends with Kureha, which is fun. And he's also friends with Senna, which is also fun. I really like characters that have good interactions with other characters. Hibiki, another thing I love about Hibiki is he has great interactions with pretty much all the characters. But Koyo is another one of that has good interactions with several of them. Koyo he's funny sometimes. He's really helpful. He cares about people. He tries to help people, even though he has his own demons. But he tries to do whatever he can to help other people. And so I think a lot of people respect him for that. What do you think about Koyo, Hannah?
I don't know how to say. I'm sorry if I'm being weird. So yeah, I do like his interactions with other characters. There's some really good stuff in the common routes that he has these good banters with his friends. That's pretty funny. Um, I don't kill me for this. I'm one of the few that did not like his route because I do not like that sort of thing, that whole the storyline of it. So I think it did kind of warp my like I don't think he's a bad character, but it kind of I would need to replay it again and kind of take that him out of the context of what's going on. Does that make sense? And I'm sorry to seem
Yeah.
vague, but
Yeah.
if you've played the route, you know what I'm talking about. And I know a lot of people loved it, but I just personally don't like that whole thing. So I want to replay it just to go like take him out of the context of the thing. But he's another one I feel like he's I get shipped with him too because he is also that Kudere type, a little soon. You know, when I think about it more, I don't know if anyone's played Illusions yet, but he kind of reminds me of Tabari a little bit. Just a little
Hmm.
bit. I don't know if anyone, I
Yeah.
thought about that, and it kind of reminds me, and I'm a huge Tabari fan. I could go on all day about them. So, um, uh, I like his Seiyu a lot. He has great range. He is Yona from Tengoku, and Yona is like one of my number ones ever.
Ryuta
um,
Suzuki is the voice
yeah,
actor.
I love him. I love him,
Yes. Oh
and
gosh.
I love Koyu's look though. I
He
love
has a
that look.
great design, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm like, how could I cosplay that? Like, because I do dig his hair, and I like the little neon green underneath, like the peekaboo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would be cool to try to like get that as a cosplay. I'm not
Oh
gonna
my god,
lie.
I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And Milky asked a good question, like what are his flaws, Like for me, I think he's a good character and everything, but for me one of his flaws are that for me personally, he doesn't really stand out so much. Like I kind of like quirky characters that are, either they're really funny or they're unhinged or they're sad or they're happy or something, like they kind of like stand out, like they have something about them that just really makes me remember them because they're quirky. But Koyo is just like, I don't know, maybe he's normal. Just
Yeah, and that's not necessarily a negative
yeah.
thing.
It's
He's
just
not like crazy, and he's not too overly quirky. It's just there's nothing wrong with like normal at
yeah.
all.
Nothing wrong with it.
But yeah, because he's just pretty level-headed. Um, but there's a charm about being normal. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
And you know
and
what? As far as who we like in real life, if you're going to date one of these guys, you probably shouldn't date any of them except Koyo. Koyo is probably the only one that'd be like a reasonable boyfriend. But
yeah.
I'm just trash, okay? So I'm like,
You're like, would date this in real life, but if we're talking about not reality, I pick one of the crazy ones.
all right, let's rank this guy. And we're going to be doubling up on some of these, y'all, because there's more characters than there are ranks. But I can't. I'm sorry. I know he's popular. Y'all in the chat are talking about how much you love him, and I get it.
Yeah.
I do.
I really get it too. I get it. It's just like, God, you're gonna murder me for that. I really just the route really did me in on this one.
I mean, I like him, okay? Don't be mad, okay? Bertani, don't be mad at me.
I guess we're gonna go with Bestie. I wish I could say more. God, I wish I could say more, but there's a reason why, and I can't really say the reason why without spoiling. So,
Yeah.
I yeah, I think it's the route. It's the route that there were some things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, and also like it's been a year since I played, and so my memory is a little. So forgive me as we go along. My memory is a little fuzzy because I haven't played some of these games in a year plus. So
Fair, it's fair. And plus, since we're not getting into like huge spoilers, it works if we can't quite remember things exactly, you know, because we're so, what impression that lingered with us. We both played this game last year when it came out, I think.
Yeah, I played as soon as it came out, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Milky says, I feel like he's not crazy enough for you. You're correct. Like, he's great, honestly. But like, you know how I am, y'all. I'm trash and I like trash. So a lot of you remember Kureha. This is the ghost with the sword. And at first you think he's going to be so scary, you know? He's like dragging the sword on the ground and it makes this sound like kata kata, kata kata. And if you turn around, you get killed if he's in the hallway. But then it turns out he's actually a sweet guy. He's precious and he's protective of the MC. And he's kind of a himbo. He's scared of scary things. He's a scaredy cat. He's extremely hot. He's probably one of the most handsome designs I've ever seen in my life. He's gorgeous. We love him. Oh my gosh. And he's doting and protective and masculine and kind of all of those things, you know. He's pretty great. He's also the poster boy for this game, and I will also mention that he is voiced by Toshiki Masuda. Yeah. What do you think about Kureha, Hannah?
Well, you listed off all the things that you're calling me out on again. Phil called out. He is very like Kudere Goth. I'm gonna call him Kudere Goth because that's what I liked his route personally. I thought it was funny how they made him seem like really, really creepy, scary, but he's not, you know? But yeah, I liked the route. I liked how that was like the quote unquote spookier route for, you know, spooky for this game. But I guess, yeah, it's another one that I get shipped with, and I'm like, calling me out again. the Kuderes. And that is like my kryptonite, so I will say that. But yeah. you listed everything that he is already, so I was like, yeah, that's it. That is it.
I love that he's the rare combination of a kudere and a himbo. How often do you see that?
That's extremely rare. I felt like this game did character types that it's a mixture, you know what I mean, that you don't quite see all the time.
Mm-hmm. So we got some interesting thoughts in the chat here. I like him. He's a sweetheart and fell for us right away. He did. Kureha was in love with us immediately, like instantly in love. Vertani says, from what I've seen from him, I think I'd place him either at bestie or boring. Vertani. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, he is poster boy, and that's one of the things that sometimes I like poster boys and sometimes I don't. So why don't we rank him and see what we think?
Well, I have poster boy syndrome, I guess. So I'm going to put brainrot because I do have poster boy syndrome.
He does have poster boy syndrome. He's pretty, so I'm a bone him.
Look at him, bone. he's boring, but I'll bone.
This is Minami, y'all.
Oh my god.
Minami is a mess. Minami is a demon. He's an incubus, and he's a gremlin, y'all. He's not trustworthy. You can't trust him. He'll try to trick you, you know? He's also probably really old. He's an old soul. He's probably, thousands of years old or something like that. And he's funny. He's the kind of guy, I took so many screenshots from his route because he would constantly say things like, ugh, Misa, I hate that robe. You look hideous. I want to vomit. Or he'd say, ugh, never say that again. I want to bite your tongue off. Don't ever say that again or I'll lick your eyeballs out. And I'm like, ugh, gross. Don't do that. Don't lick my eyeballs out. What's wrong with you? He does look young, even though he's like thousands of years old. And that might be my biggest problem with him, honestly. He's voiced by Nobuhiko Okamoto, which does give me points with him. And he probably has the funniest route out of all of the characters.
Hilarious.
So what do you think, Hannah?
Oh my God, this is one of my favorite routes ever because it was like unhinged, but he's endearing in a way. You know what I mean? Because he's like, I know people that hate characters like Yang or very unhinged red flags, but he's like an endearing red flag. It's like you have to play it, and I know he says like terrible things and what have you, but at the same time, he's like not complete. There's like a heart in there somewhere. There's like a little bit of a heart in there somewhere, some kind of like um, but yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, I took a ton of screenshots too. I have them buried somewhere. But hilarious, great. I love his character design.
Oh my gosh, his character
Really love
design
his
is
character design.
perfect for how he is. My only
Yeah,
problem with his is I do wish he looked older.
yeah. I wish he looked a little older too. I wish I did. I wish he looked a little older as well. Um, yeah, it was just like, oh, make him just add a little bit of age to it, but um, yeah, just crazy in a good way. And I usually don't like put characters like that up, the top of my rankings or anything, but him is an exception. It's an exception.
He's a great character. I agree. He just the funniness of it all and that gap mo that he has of just, he's like your perfect definition of a gremlin. He really is, but he's a
Yeah,
lovable gremlin.
lovable, 100% lovable.
I love the part where he's just like, you know how Misa's all concerned about that career survey and he's like, I don't care about your career survey. He just straight
He's like, screw your career survey.
he's like, who
He's like,
cares?
I don't. Everybody else is like trying to be helpful, and he's like, nah, nobody cares about this. This is worthless. Just
Exactly.
burn it. Just throw it in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. He's okay, y'all. So let's go ahead and rank this boy. This guy. Oh my goodness. I saw pictures of him in the sequel. There's a sequel to this game and hopefully it gets localized. If it doesn't, I'm going to cry and be a sobbing mess on the
I
ground.
am begging you, Idea Factory. I am begging you to give us some good news soon, please.
Please. I have to play this, but he looks older in the pictures I've seen.
Yes, yeah, he does. Some of the characters look different, have a different look to him.
Okay, y'all. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a hard one, Hannah. Okay, y'all, I can't bone him. He just looks too young. I can't do that. Do I brain rot over him? I like Hibiki so much more. I can't do that. I could probably be besties with him. We'd have fun. We could do bestie.
Oh, I am torn. I'm torn between brain rot and but hear me out. Um, because it's like, he's so in it. I'm gonna put him here. And I'm not saying that like I like him less, but it's a different type of like. Does that make sense? It's a different type of like.
Yeah. Like it's not like, oh, he's not like hotness to that kind of a way necessarily, but like you just can't not love him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you. I'm putting him here. I really like him. Okay. He's a butt, hear me out. He really is.
He really is. He really is. But he is like, and the range Nobu has on him is incredible. His range, because he does that yang. He'll get that yang voice sometimes, and then he'll get this like almost like high pitched, annoying.
Oh my god, it's so good. When I first saw him, well, I didn't see him. Like I just saw a shadow of him at the end of one of the other routes. And I saw his shadow, and then I heard his voice, and I was like, Yang? Is that you?
It's him.
What if he looked like Yang? Oh my god, he would be number one.
He would be in brain rot. Yeah, if they made him look like him in brain rot, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. That we've put he's in butt. Hear me out. We agree. Okay, y'all. Let's do the next guy. The priest.
Because why not?
Because why not? Okay, y'all, let me tell you about this priest, okay? So he is in the spirit world. He's a side character, or maybe not. Maybe he's not. Y'all don't know. Okay? He could be in LA for all you know. He could be a secret character for all you know. But basically,
he's a secret character.
yeah, exactly. He's a very friendly priest. He can see ghosts and spirits and stuff. And he's very helpful. You know, he helps MC with problems and stuff like that. But he also is like, he also can't be bothered to a certain degree, you know? Like, it's easy to annoy him, I have a feeling, even though he's real friendly. And he's voiced by Takahiro Yoshizawa, which I don't I know that voice, that name, but I can't place in my head where I've heard it before. Look, I didn't hesitate. What do you think about the priest, Hana?
I mean, from what I remember of him, he's a nice guy and he tries to be helpful. He's taking care of the shrine and what have you. So he's doing his job. He's living his life, you know. I have nothing negative to say about him.
Yeah, he hangs out at the shrine most of the time. Milky, yeah. That's hilarious. I don't sleep with priests. Hard rule.
Oh my god.
Just because of that, I'm a bone that one.
You do it.
I'm boning the priest.
He's just gonna be my bestie. He's gonna be my bestie. You do your thing and I'll do my thing.
Oh my god. Sometimes I have like boyfriend instead of bone on there when I'm trying to make this a little bit more like PG, but in that case I probably wouldn't boyfriend him, but if for tonight it's bone, so it's fine. You know what? Listen, okay? He's a good-looking older man, okay? Don't judge me, Milky. Okay? He's a sweetheart, okay? Y'all over here judging me. How dare you? All right, y'all, let's look at the next guy. Oh, Seiya. Hi, Seiya. Y'all.
Oh my god.
We saw Seiya in the playthroughs that we did in the past 4 streams. Seiya is the warden of hell. That's his role. He has a job, y'all. Out of all of these freeloaders, Seiya and the priest are the only ones that have jobs, okay? Also, some of y'all were judging Seiya's hair, okay? Listen, I like Seiya's hair, okay?
I do too.
Don't judge his hair, y'all. Y'all were insulting his haircut, okay? Listen, you want to know what I think? I think that Saint Germain from Code Realize wanted that haircut, okay? He went to get his hair. He took a picture of Seiya. And he went to the barber shop and he said, "This is the haircut I want." And then the barber like messed Saint Germain up bad, okay? That's what happened. Okay? Also, Seiya is a hopeless romantic. He's touchy-feely. He's very kissy-kissy. Like the instant you start his route, the first thing that happens is his lips are all over you already, like immediately. He's a hopeless romantic, y'all, and he's funny. He's also a workaholic. There's one scene that I screenshotted where he was like, "I haven't had a day off of work in like 5,328 days, and I finally have a day off," or something like that. It was like, you deserve a break, Seiya. You deserve a break. He also has one of my favorite soundtracks. All of the characters in this game have their own little back BGM music theme. And his is the best. It's amazing. I'm so sad that I forgot to play it for y'all when we were streaming this game, but go look it up on YouTube because it's amazing. Yeah, so he has good relationships with other characters except for one. He does not have the best relationship in the very beginning with Minami. So because Minami is a demon and he's like the warder warden of hell, and, you know, demons are mischievous and they cause trouble and stuff like that. So you can kind of understand why Minami messes up things for him at work. You know? So yeah, that's Seiya. That's his, and he is voiced by, oh, y'all, he's voiced by Shinosuke Tachibana. And Shinosuke Tachibana also, doesn't he voice Henri from Pio Fiore?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think about Seiya, Hannah?
Oh, I love him. He is perfect. I do like that touchy-feely thing that he has going on, and a hopeless romantic. I like how dramatic he gets. And he's super tall. I like tall guys, so he's tall. But yeah, I mean, another route that I was absolutely obsessed with. And I do like the interactions between him and Minami a lot, because they're just, that banter is so good. He's just like going around threatening him and stuff like that. But I thought they were great together too. I like them. And like I said, great route, but he's just perfect. Um, he's weird in a way, and I like that. It's a cute kind of weird. It's endearing weird. So it goes back once again. He's a great combination of different types all rolled into one.
I really agree. He's very quirky, you know. He's eccentric, and he's also an old soul. You know, being the warden of hell.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time, thousands of years, no, hundreds of years, something like that. Maybe Minami might be an older soul than even Seiya is. He might be, being an incubus.
So we've got the old man thing going on in this game too. We've got our list of old man.
And even Hibiki and Kureha, they're old souls too, because they died 75 years before the game starts.
Yeah. So
old souls, y'all. Seiya is definitely a bone for Virtani, no question about that. Haven't played his route yet, so maybe I might even put him into Bride, but Koyo is already there. Oh, see, y'all can be doing your, write down these tiers, y'all, because you could do this and share your final tier lists, maybe even in the Discord later. We'd love to see them.
Oh yeah, I would like to see that.
Okay, y'all, so let's...
And we should put ours up there later, too.
Oh, yeah, we should, huh? Yeah, we'll do that, y'all. We'll put our... Well, I'll save these pictures. Okay, we're gonna rank Seiya now. I already know what I'm doing with Seiya. He's going up here with Hibiki. Y'all, who's the perfect man and why is it Seiya?
I'm putting him in Bride. Because he's definitely husband material.
Totally. He really is. Ugh, I love him. I love him so much. Seiya. Okay, y'all, let's talk about the next guy. This is Senna, y'all. Senna is a pop star. He's a dead pop star. And he's very friendly. You know, he warms up to Misa really quickly, which I appreciate. I like a nice, cute, friendly guy. And he's also kind of an airhead, I would say. He definitely gives airhead vibes. But he works hard, you know? Like, he worked hard to become a pop star, you know? And he came up from nothing. He used to practice singing and dancing in front of Hibiki's mirror. Little did he know that there was a ghost in that mirror. He had no idea. But when he was in high school, he used to dance and practice, and then Hibiki became his fan. See? Isn't that adorable? Isn't that precious? So cute. Anyways, he's also in the urban legends realm with Koyo. So Koyo and Senna are allies together in the same realm. And they have a great little friendship and connection together, which I love. And, you know, there's some hilarious memes about this man. Some of you who've played this game know about him already. Like, part of the reason why I say he's an airhead, you know, like he's like me, okay? He has a goldfish memory, just like me. But that's all I'll say about that. Oh yeah, Asuna, you're surprised Hibiki didn't pull him into the mirror while watching him practice. I know, when he was alive, I know. What do you think about, let me tell you who voices him. One of my favorite voice actors ever is Tetsuya Kakihara, who also voices Shin in Amnesia and Ish from Even If Tempest and Fran from Victor Frankenstein in Code Realize, and a whole bunch others that I love. What do you think about Senna, Hannah?
So he actually really surprised me. I have to admit, I was going in, I was gonna like, oh, he's probably gonna be boring, and then as like we go through his route, I was like, wow, he is really just. I think I would almost put him in the normalish range, like Koyo, but yeah, he's a little bit of airhead stuff. But I think he's just really down to earth and sweet. And I was just like, oh my God. And I liked his story. And I just really was drawn to him. It's something about him that was drawn to him because he's not, because I also had this, like going in like this stereotype, oh, he's a pop star. He's probably going to be like X, Y, and Z, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I really liked him. I put him kind of up there in my ranking of the 9RAP guys. I was just like, he's super sweet, and I feel like it's a different character for Kakihara too, from my experience hearing him in Otome Games. Usually he's this character, that character, but this was kind of different for him, and I thought it was cute. And I was like, there's nothing. I have nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. I like his style too.
Yeah, we don't put him in fashion jail. Except for the pants. Like if you look at his full sprite, he has kind of high water pants a little bit. Like it's cut weird, and then he's got boots on. But other than that, no fashion jail for this one.
I don't remember that at all. I'd have to take a look.
Yeah. Let's rank this guy. I could brain rot over him, but I'm not going to put him there today. Like sometimes I really love him, and sometimes I'm like, he definitely goes in like, he's high up for me, but.
So you guys are probably going to think I'm boring for like, I guess I'm easy to please, but I'm definitely going to go with Bri because I think he would be a really good guy to marry. That's my opinion. I think.
My only problem with him is like the end of his route I felt was a little underwhelming.
Yeah. But I guess I kind of forgive that a little bit.
I'm battling between Bone or Bride. I'll bride him. I'll bride. You're getting brided by both of us. All right, now let's look. We have just a couple of these guys left, and we're moving along pretty quick. We're probably going to be done even before we planned. So, we're moving along. Y'all, this is a side character in the spirit realm. And in that realm, you also see a lot of Koharu and Yukimaro and then Toka. So between the three of them together, I kind of call him like the Three Stooges. So he's one of the Three Stooges, if you will.
Oh my God.
Isn't he though?
He is. No, it's like, I hate you said that, but it's so true. It's like, oh God.
I think he's voiced by the voice actor for Emilio and Pio Fiore, right?
He's also in Virche.
Okay, let me look up his voice actor really quick.
If there's any Hypnosis fans out there, he's in Hypnosis Mine.
It's Kohei Amasaki. Who does he voice in Virche?
And Mathis.
Oh, you're right. That's
yeah.
Oh my God, how could I forget that? He's like the youngest looking character. I would say like, if anybody's a Shota in this game, it's Toka. He's mischievous, he's also very friendly with everyone. He also has a little bit of like, he kind of reminds me of a puppy in some ways, but he's also very in other ways, like he's a spirit, and all of these spirits have powers and stuff like that. So he's like that, like the other spirits. And he kind of just does what he wants, he's a free spirit, but he's also kind of emotional, like manipulative emotional. Like I almost feel like he'll cry to get what he wants. He's kind of funny though. Like I did laugh, and he also pokes fun at Koharu and Yukimaru a lot. As one of the three Stooges, he pokes fun at them a lot, and like he calls out Koharu for being a tsundere, and I love that for him. What do you think about Toka?
He's adorable. He's cute. He is a little like, yeah, he's got that childish nature to him. And he's an old soul as well, though. I really don't like how he looks super childish, you know. But I did see his sprite for the fan disc. He looks totally different.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
aged him up, right?
yeah, they aged him up, yeah. So he's whimsical. He gets a serious side sometimes, which I think's kind of cool. I like him. He's cute, and I like the Seiyu a lot. I'm definitely not brain rotting or anything like that, but I was like, he's adorable. You know, he's fine.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, he's adorable. Yeah, he looks like cotton candy. He's got this cotton candy look going on.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is a he. It is a he. He is a he.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a he.
He has he, him pronouns. Okay, so let's rank this guy. You know what, y'all? I kind of can't with him. He's kind like, to me, I don't hate him, okay, y'all?
Oh,
I don't hate him. He's just, I find him a little annoying, okay? He's kind of annoying, and he's too Shota for me, which is childlike, is what Shota means.
Yeah. So I put him as bestie. Like he would be a cute friend to have. He's pretty loyal, and he'd be a good person to go to, but like talk to your troubles and what have you. And like try to cheer you up. So yeah, I mean, bestie. Yeah, but the Shota thing is, yeah, I know for me too. But like I see you as a friend, but not like that.
Now maybe I might change my mind in the sequel or the FD. I don't know if it's an FD or a sequel, but maybe I'll change my mind then. And I get what you're saying, Asuna. I understand. He kind of has a glow up later, but I'm still banishing. Right now, I'm banishing him. Oh, you're going to put him into boring, Vertani. You think he's boring? I'm like, you're worse than boring. You're annoying.
Oh my God.
Get out of my face. Okay, now let's do Yukimaru. Okay, everyone, this is Yukimaru. Yukimaru is also in the spirit realm, and he's one of the three Stooges with Toka and Koharu. He has one of my favorite voice actors, which is Ken, who also voices Limbo in Bustafellows and Shelby Snail in Cupid Parasite. Yes, he does. I love him. And this is a very happy-go-lucky puppy of a man. Yeah, he's extremely pretty. I love his design. He's got real long hair. His hair is longer than how tall he is. Really, it is. And he's also an old soul, like thousands of years old. He's the kind of guy. Okay, so here's a funny story, right? One time he was talking to Misa about anime. He loves anime. He's obsessed with anime. And he wanted to go on. He's like, oh yeah, let's talk about anime. I could talk about anime for hundreds of years, 300 years, 1,000 years we could talk about anime. And I was like, I don't have enough time to sit here for 1,000 years to listen to you talk about anime. I was like, no, stop. You're stopping. I told him as Misa, you got 2 minutes. You got 3 minutes tops to talk about anime, and then you're done. No more anime. Okay? Stop it. And then he got sad, He was real upset with me. But that's the kind of guy he is, he's a puppy, and he's really friendly. He'll give you a big hug, Misa, he annoys Misa, which is hilarious too. Like one time she was like, I need to leave school early or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm sick. Yeah. And then he's like, comes to pick her up, and he's like, like totally ruining her I'm sick and I need to go home thing. He's like, oh, we need to take her to the hospital and all this stuff. And he was like trying, and the school is like, who are you, the nurse? Who are you? Are you even authorized to take this student out of the school today? And he's just like, yeah, I got to take her to the hospital and everything. Like, like totally busting Misa's like, yeah, I'm sick, like ruining all her plans. And then she's sitting here thinking, well, he's just like, has this dopey smile on his face. She's like, I hate you. I hate you. He's hilarious. And Ken does such a good job voice acting him. Just makes him so funny. So he's the most stooge of all the three stooges. He's the most stooge. All right, Hannah, what are your thoughts on Yukimaro?
He is very, very hyper, very energetic, extremely like young puppy. It was a little too much for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate him, but he's just a little too much for me. I have to be honest. There's parts of the route I don't remember. I'm sorry. It's been a year. But yeah, he's sweet though. He's sweet. And he's very puppy-like, but it's just kind of not for me. I'm sorry. It's just, it's a little too much. Ken does a good job. Ken has range.
Yes.
He's great. I was so happy I got to see him. I wish I could have met him, but I got to see him live last year at Anime Expo. It was great. But yeah, Ken does a really good job. So, now I can't get the Three Stooges thing out of my mind because that's all I'm going to think of when I see him and the other two.
Yeah, I mean that's like exactly what they are together. They're the Three Stooges together.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's time to rank this guy. What am I gonna do with you, Yukimaro?
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to put you in the boring. You were too much.
I'm a lot too, and he's a lot. So together we would be a lot, but we would have fun, He'd be fun to like go to shopping with. I think he'd be fun to go shopping with. He'd be fun to go to a party with. He'd be a fun bestie.
I'd have to take them in small dosages because I'm a lot to handle at times, but I'm a different version of a lot to handle. I'm on the different side of it. But yeah.
Well, yeah. Final thoughts, and then we'll read in the chat what y'all's rankings are. We've got some good ones in here. But at the top of my list, I love Hibiki and Seiya. They are forever like some of my favorite husbandos that ever has banded. I absolutely love them. They're different. They're both super quirky. They're both unhinged in different ways, and I love that for them. And the ones under Bride, like they would be good husbands, like they're sweet and they're caring and they have talents and skills that I like and admire, and like they're so likable and I can't not love them. And then under Bone, like they're just okay, listen, it's either science or he's hot. Listen, the priest, don't judge me, okay, y'all? Like I'm sticking with that. I said what I said.
Just go for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. Bestie, Yukimaro, like we're besties, okay? We're best friends. That's how it is. We'd be a lot together and we'd get thrown out of the bar, but at least we had a good time while we were getting kicked out. And then there's But Hear Me Out, okay? Minami. I really should make him step, I should kick him out. I should be like, no, absolutely not. But listen, okay? I kind of love him. I don't care that he's bad news and he's a red flag. We're doing things anyways. Whatever, okay? He's my grumbling boyfriend. And then we have Boring. That's like, I know who you are, Koyo. I didn't forget who you are. Your root didn't, it's not you, Koyo. It's your root, okay? And it's not necessarily like a boring root either. And listen, okay, y'all are judging me in the chat because y'all love Koyo, okay? I see it. I understand. I get it. I know he's your brain rot, okay? You can have him. He's yours, okay? Vertani, you can have Koyo. And then banish Toka because I can't with him. Done. All right, Hannah, run through your list. Let us know your final thoughts.
All right. For the brain rot, yeah, whenever I see them, I just like have these emotions. Whenever I see those two. Um, my boyfriend always like, you got to be nicer to the Cooteres and the Sooneres, even though I'm a Soonere. You got to be nice to those Cooteres. But yeah, they're implanted in my brain. Those two. For the bride, all three would make perfect husbands. They're just too good. They're just too. They would be super loyal and they wouldn't betray you. And that's what I think about those. Bone, like, I didn't have anyone for just that category.
Yeah,
like,
you're not boning anybody. Are you
well,
sure you don't want to
the,
bump up the priest?
just for good measure? Okay. Oh my God. I have to think about it. Maybe I've got to put someone there, right? For bestie. Like I could see, yeah, I'm gonna be friends with the priest. I'm not gonna boot him, okay? Not going after him. Toka, I think he's adorable, but he's too Shota. I almost want to put Minami up there, Bone, but this is so much. There's so much going on right now. There really is. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ken Boy, but it's just it's a little too much for me. I don't hate him. I couldn't banish anyone. All right, I can't banish anyone.
That's so nice of you.
I can't banish. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see.
I'll put up with all the mixtures and flavors. I will put up with it.
That's so nice. Y'all in the chat, y'all are unhinged. Look at y'all. Okay, let's read what some of y'all are saying. Okay, let's see. Okay. Vertani says brain rot Senna, bride Koyo, bone Seiya, bestie Kureha, Yukimaro, and the priest. All right, and then you said, but hear me out is Minami. We all agree on that. Boring was Toka, and then Banish was Koharu and Hibiki. How dare you, Vertani? How absolutely dare you? How could you? And then Sirius is you're brain rotting over Minami and you're briding Seiya, and Senna is your bestie, and bestie all others. Oh no, your bride Senna too, and everybody else is bestie. Okay, all right. You know what? You don't have any but hear me outs or anything. They're all up top for you. And then Asuna is brain rotting over Kureha. I get it, girl. Like, I get it. And Koharu. Okay, I get it. You like those, like, the brown-haired, like, the dark-haired, like, handsome guys, you know? Asuna likes poster boys. Bride Seiya and Hibiki. Bone Koyo. Bestie Yukimaro, but hear me out, Toka. Boring, can't think of one. And then banish Minami and the priest. Both sides of the aisle, the priest and the demon, they're both getting banished together. And then Milky says you should be banished from churches and temples. Milky? Excuse me? How dare you? Siru, Hannah has morals. Y'all are all like, defending Hannah and like throwing shade over at me. How dare y'all? Okay, this is my chat, okay? How dare you?
I'm surprised someone hasn't come after me from some of this. I will say, if we got into certain games, I know people would come after me for certain games. Actually, maybe the Virche one. Some people might come after me about that one.
Listen, my chat always throws stuff at me, okay? They're always throwing tomatoes and stuff at me. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, we're going to talk about the next game now. This is Virche Evermore. There is the main game and there's also an FD. And this game is about, how do I explain this game? Okay, so you're on an island. And what Otome game is not on an island? I dare you to find one. Okay, they're always on an island. And this is a messed up island where everyone dies by the age of 23 for reasons, science, something, genetics, something, blah, blah, blah. And everyone is messed up and depressed and sad. Everything sucks on this island. I would absolutely not want to live there, okay? No, we're not living there. It'd be horrible. Because not only does everyone die real young, they die in the most terrible ways that you could possibly think of. And they're usually dying because they're just terrible people to each other. Like society sucks there. There's a monarchy. They all suck. You know, the peasants, half of them suck. You know, they're trying to attack each other and attack the main characters all the time. It's a mess, y'all. It's a hot mess on this island. And so the main character is Ceres, that's the MC, and she thinks that she's death because everywhere she goes, people end up dying around her. And she thinks it's her fault. Whether or not it's her fault, you'll find out in the game when you play it. But it's a sci-fi game. It's like sci-fi, it's really dark, it's depressing. It's all that, you know? But anyways, what do you think about Virche Evermore, Hannah?
Oh, it's a beautiful disaster. I say that in a positive way. I like dark fantasy, so I really love this game, and this goes to show because I hate doing bad endings. I hate doing tragic endings. I skip them 9 times out of 10 unless it's something really interesting and someone's like, you should play that, you know, and I go check it out. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So this is one of those games where you have to do these terrible, terrible endings to get to the not so terrible endings. So, I mean, I loved it that much to endure everything. But it is a beautiful dark fantasy with great characters, great stories. It can get intense, but hey, we're okay with that, right? But yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah, this is a game that makes you play. It really makes you play the bad endings before you can get any kind of good endings, and even that good endings can still be sad.
Yeah, because you know why not?
Yeah, and it's lower on the romance, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so. There is some romance there, but it's how can I put it? I don't want to say it's subtle per se, but it's a different type of love. Like more of a protective or more of a devoted love, and the devotion in this dark world, if that makes sense. Trying not to, I want to say something else, but that'd be a spoiler, so I'm trying not to ruin things for people.
Yeah, fair. Well, I think that, you know, it's one of those games that I do recommend it for people who like angst. But if you don't 100%. Like heavy topics, it's not for everyone, I would say. But if you like angst and if you can handle dark themes and violence, it has some of the best. Yeah, Asuna, it has some of the best plot twists I've ever seen in anything.
100%. And don't play it if you're really depressed or sad or in a bad mood. Like, that's not the game to pick up and go to.
So y'all in the chat, some of you are triggered already. Vertani's offended just looking at the list. Because Milky's blood pressure is going up. Asuna is crying. There we go, puking in the chat. Let's go ahead and look at the first guy. Okay, and again, it's all the Husbandos, okay? In alphabetical order of their common name. This is Adolphe. And Adolphe he was raised with MC, so they live in the same, or like he doesn't live there anymore, but they're connected to the same orphanage. He's a childhood friend trope. He is in you know, kind of like a brother to Ceres because they were raised in the same orphanage for part of their childhood. He's a really protective guy for Ceres. He really cares about Ceres and thinks of her like a family member. They both think about each other like family members. And, you know, he's interesting because he's normal in some ways. He's a normal guy in some ways, and in other ways, he's not. It's just kind of hard to explain why. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's also in the guard, like they have a military, like a citizen police type of guard. They're like a citizen military or a militia or something like that. And he's like one of the captains in there or something. He's like a leader in their little, and in the, like, there's two parts of town. There's like the rich part of town and the poorer part of town. And I think his little police unit is militia, whatever they are, is in the poorer side of town, if I'm correct. So that's a little bit about Adolphe. What did I miss, Hannah?
I think you got it all without spoiling, because it's a little hard without spoiling. You were talking to someone that I'm a huge fan of him. Like, he is like probably my number 2 overall and everything. Yeah, I would say that. I love him. I think I personally kept, so I actually, I'll say Twitter because X is stupid to me. So, but I actually recently did that thing going around who's a character that you absolutely love and everybody hates. And I mentioned him, and it actually got more traction than I thought, because I remember, especially when the game came out, Fanness came out, that's all I saw was hate on him. And they were like, he's the worst. Because I would say he's a Cooteray. He is that childhood friend Cooteray type thing. And childhood friends are hit and miss for him and me, but he hit all the right buttons for me. He's definitely my type.
Yeah.
And he's got this, like, I'll say it, positive masculinity to him. You know, he's definitely a guy, but he's not that type of guy. He's just a beautiful soul. I love him so much. I wish I could say more without spoiling, but he's very devoted and very, like, protective, and like, he's level-headed too. He's extremely level-headed, and I definitely need that because I'm crazy. So
I like how you said that. How he's positive masculine.
Yeah.
That's perfect for him.
And so I love his seiyuu. I love his seiyuu so much.
Taku Yashiro.
Mm-hmm.
Who else does he voice?
So he's Raoul in Cupid Parasite, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, he's Gomon in Tengoku Struggle.
He's oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, the Raoul thing's really crazy. Really crazy, because it's like, what? So I love that seiyuu a lot. Perfect voice for him. I like kind of that raspy, thing. I definitely love him.
Mm-hmm.
So you know why I'm probably going to put him already.
He's tough. He can drink Evis under the table. Let's just say that. Okay, y'all, shall we go ahead and rank this guy?
I'm going right over to brainrot. It's obvious. If you know me and you follow me in social media in the past, you've heard me talk about him quite a bit and defend him.
He's not a brain rot for me, but I do like him a lot. I think he definitely has some good husband characteristics. I'll put him for now. He's going under bone.
That is fair. Hey.
He's hot, okay?
I can't argue with that.
He's hot, and he's got, like, his chest all hanging out on his sprite. I like that.
I know.
This is Anku. Anku is the Watchman of death. He's a mystical type of guy, where he's all talking about doom and gloom all the time, He's a total edgelord. He's also he's a very devoted type of person. He's very loyal in his personality, similar to how, there's other characters in here that are also very loyal. But he's probably one of the most loyal husbandos that ever lived. Seriously, like, you don't get more loyal than Anku. He's interesting when he's a side character in other people's roots, because you know, he's very mysterious, you know, and he has powers, and it's not always clear why he does what he does, but you do get the sense he does have an angsty backstory. He's definitely there for especially the MC, but he also has friends with the other characters, and some of the other characters, like he even, like, I'll even say this, like, he ships MC and Evis together. Oh, he's always like, you should be with Evis, you know.
That's yeah.
Yeah, and he's voiced by Kazuyuki Okitsu, who also voices another favorite character of mine from Olympia Soiree, which is Tsukiyomi. Tell me your thoughts on Anku.
He is a mysterious sort. I think he is kind of, how do I want to say it? I like some of his interactions with the other characters. I don't want to say edgelord type thing, but he definitely, like, poked some certain characters. It's like, hey. And the voice is just perfect. The casting was perfect on that one. How he has it. I love his androgynous kind of look to him. He is very pretty. And he is one of the most interesting guys ever. He is really compelling. That's going to say without spoilers, of course. But I really like him a lot. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about him. I would be shocked. He's one of those characters, I think, even if you don't have him at your top of the list, you have him somewhere in a positive light. Because he's just so compelling.
I totally agree with that. He really is. He's very positive. You know, and he's kind of flirty too, and I love that.
Yes. Even though he wants you to marry someone else, he's like, I'm gonna hit on you.
Exactly.
In the process.
I'll ship you with Evis, but I'm still gonna hit on you.
Yeah.
All right, let's rank him. This is one of my favorites ever. Easy brain rot for me.
I'm gonna put him in a bride. I'll bride him.
Excellent.
He's not my number one obsession, but I will bride him in a heartbeat.
Okay, this one, some of y'all are gonna have opinions about this next guy.
Oh my god.
Look at how happy he looks in this sprite.
Yeah.
He looks so happy and friendly. But listen, y'all, this man is not happy and friendly. Cappuccino or Capus, I don't know how to say it.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
You should have put a little cappuccino over his face.
Cappuccino over here, he is a doctor, and he's a questionable kind of a guy. I will say that, like, it's pretty, they come out with it early on that he does play more of an antagonistic role. So this game has like two factions. I'll let you know, because you learn early enough along, I don't really think it's a spoiler, but there's these things called relivers. Because remember how we talked about everyone dies by the age of 23? Well, there's some figured out how to extend their lifespan because of the scientist Shion invented a technology that allows people to have clones created of them. And then they can download their consciousness into the clone body, and then their old body dies. And then their clone body can live like another 23 years or something like that. And so people do it like typically when they hit, 18, 19, 20, when they're getting on in years. At the old age of 22, you might have a reliver if you're wealthy enough. If you're poor, then you're SOL. But if you're wealthy enough, you might have a reliver of body created for you. And so he is a doctor, but he's also kind of in this faction of people that are anti-reliver. Like there's like this whole, it's almost like it's a church, right? It's a church. So he's involved with this church that's very anti-reliver and, natural only and natural bodies, natural humans only. And so they only treat in their hospital naturalized humans, if you will. So that's a little bit about just kind of the game lore and things like that. This guy, he has some interesting relationships. with other characters, including Lucas. And that's all I'll say about that. What do you think about him?
He's a character. So it was funny when I first saw what he looked like. I was like, I want to say it was around the time that it got announced. I know my friend played it in Japanese. She did a whole project and she played it, and I was like, oh, he's pretty, and she was like, and then I played and I was like, oh. So yeah, he's interesting. I'll give you that. What he did was personally for me very unforgivable, and I'm like, nope, I can't. And even though I haven't finished Fandas yet, but I kind of know some things, and I'm like, I understand why people like him, and I understand, I respect that, but for me, what he did in this was unforgivable, and I cannot look past that. Like, it's so bad. To me, it was so bad. I was like, I cannot do that. Well, I'll give him credit where credit's due. He is an interesting character. They did, especially, so this game did a really good job with their side characters. They almost made them like main characters. They gave them a story, just as good as the main characters. So I will give him that. It's an interesting, but God no. For me, God no. I'm sorry out there, folks, but that's just not for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I think he's one of the worst pieces of trash that ever trashed. And I usually like trash, but he's the kind of trash that I absolutely hate with a fiery passion.
It's not a positive trash.
It's not a good trash. I agree with you. I cannot agree or forgive what he did. I don't care what the FD did with him, okay? He's not redeemed in my book ever. You can't redeem from that, okay? In my opinion. Now, okay, no shade on anyone. Like, there are some people out there who actually like him because of the FD, and that's good for y'all, okay? But for me, no. Yeah. He's voiced by Chiharu Sawashiro, who I don't know him from anything.
I'm an A3 girly from A3 people out there. He's like, in A3, he's the leader of the Autumn Troop. He's in Birushana as a side character. He's yeah, he's in Birushana as a side character.
Oh, I didn't realize that. How does his trash is compared to Conrad's? Oh my God, he's worse than Conrad, Vertani.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's worse than Conrad.
Listen, I would put Conrad in my butt. Hear me out.
Same.
But I'm not hearing out this one. So let's go ahead and rank him because we're already doing that.
I'm gonna make this simple. It's Banish.
Yeah, Banish for me.
Harder, I would. That's sorry.
Yeah, Banish to like Banish to hell. Like no, no way. And that's just a hate Banish, not I'm an annoyed, but I don't hate you. Like I actually hate this one. I hate him. Banish meant for eternity, exactly, Asuna. 100%. Way worse than Conrad. Okay, like Conrad's on my butt. Hear me out, cake, but not him. Okay, next guy. This is Dahut, okay? Dahut is a reliver, and he's a scientist, and he works with Shion in the lab. And so he helps create other relivers, and he's always doing research to try and make relivers better. He is a sweetheart. Even though he's like 70 years old or something like that, or 80 or something like that, he became a reliver at a pretty young age as a teenager, which, I mean, I guess if everybody dies at the age of 23, like, is teenage, that's basically being adult. If everybody dies, like, oh, 20, you're an old man. But anyway, Dahut is known for this emoji that Asuna just put in the chat, which is that star. He's precious, okay, y'all. Dahut, well, he has a very positive demeanor about him, and he has a flair to him, and you'll see that little star in his dialogue. That little star will pop up, and I love that for him. He does look androgynous. Like, he's one of those characters where my husband would look at the screen and be like, just curious, is that a chick? And I'd be like, no, that's a guy. And he'd be like, oh. And then he would try with another character and get it wrong again. But yeah, he's fun. He's a researcher. He's smart. he's very pivotal to the plot in the game. So he has actually some of the best plot moments that I've ever seen in any game ever. And I think that he's just so lovable as a character, even though like he's got two sides to him. You know, he's a well fleshed out, well-rounded. He's not perfect, okay, y'all. He's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the good things that he does are really good. And he has a great relationship with Lucas's little sister Nadia. Like, he helps her in the FD. He like helps build her a wheelchair and stuff like that, and it's wonderful, and I love that. And he's just a good friend to her. And I love to see that. I actually would ship them, honestly, if they were adults, both of them. I would ship them together. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters of all time, just as a character. He's wonderful. I think he's just so well written, and he's voiced by Shunichi Toki, who also voices Hibiki in 9 RIP. Okay, I've gushed about him enough, but Hannah.
I think he's adorable. I've always liked this character. Especially his interactions with Cian are great. He's just very cute. And I think he's like, there is devotion there too. Oh God, he had a really interesting story. Very compelling story. Another one that's super compelling, that I loved. And I can't hate him at all. It's the Shota thing. That's the thing that kind of like, but and he's pretty knowledgeable, and he's been, he's old man, but he's been around. He doesn't look it, but he's old man, and he's seen things. He's seen it all, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So very compelling character, very, cute. Say you did a great job with him. It's another one that could have been like, his story is almost like a main story. It goes back to that. So yeah.
And Milky says that he's a complicated character, and that hits the nail on the head. That's exactly the kind of character he is. His backstory is very complicated. What drives him is complicated, and the things that he does is complicated. Even when he does things that are not so savory, you understand why he does them to a foundational, an elemental level. You understand why he does what he does. You don't necessarily agree with everything that he does, but you definitely understand him. But it's definitely complicated.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and rank him. Dahut.
I'm gonna put him as a bestie.
Me too.
I think he'd be a good friend.
I think I want to be his friend for sure. Yeah. Like, I'm not romantic feeling around him.
Yeah, I don't see him in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, this is Hugo, okay? Hugo, whenever I put him on the Bone Bride Banish things on Reddit, Hugo gets banished to next year. Every time.
My God.
People do not like him, which makes me sad because I like him a lot. He's adorable, right? He's also a reliver, which means that he's older than he appears, because he's living in a clone body. He is also in remember that military, that citizen military group I was talking about with Adolphe? He's in that group too. So he's like a soldier, and he's also besties with Evis. Him and Evis have like a business together, and this like a handyman business where they do odd jobs for people in the community. And so him and Evis have that business together. There's a really great meme about it where they're like, two strong men, call us today at 1-800-255-7 Virche or whatever. It's hilarious. He's the reason why he's also a complicated character. I think one of the reasons why people banish him so much is because he's a little bit of a tsundere with Ceres. He has a really strong connection with Evis, and he's really protective over Evis, and Evis is his best friend. To him, Evis is precious and must be protected at all costs. And he's worried about Evis, and so, when Evis is essentially dating the main character, he's like, wants to protect his friend, and who are you? You could she might be dangerous for all he knows, you know? So he's a tough one for Ceres to get to win over. But honestly, I think that if given more time in their stories, and if this island itself didn't suck so bad, I honestly think that Ceres could have totally won him over. And I actually would love to see him as, like, I was sad that the FD did not give him a root. He's like the side character for me that I desperately want to root for him. I think he's wonderful. And I love that he's a fighter. I don't blame a guy for being loyal to his best friend, okay? And being, you know, like, I would do that for my best friend if I was like, I don't know about your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever. You know, if I was concerned, I would speak up, you know? So I don't doubt him for that. He has side character energy. He does. He definitely has side character energy. Yeah. So, and he drinks a lot too. He does. And he's funny, you know, he's a fighter. He's funny. Hannah.
So I get why people hate him, but I love him. I've loved him all the way through. Yeah, there's, let's be honest, all of them are complicated in some way. All the characters is because given the situation and given the storyline what they've been through. I get why people are upset with it, but I don't know. To me, I think, well, there's stuff in there. Once again, can't spoil. I want to say it, but I really found him. I kind of like that he's kind of snarky a little bit, in a charming way. Mm-hmm. With some of his dialogue and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny, and he is strong, and he's goes back to devoted, loyal, in just a different way. And some of the things he says, yeah, it could be off-putting. I don't think he means it. I really don't think that he's got some complex emotions and what have you. But I absolutely adore him. I'm like, yes, I'm into that. Yeah, I wish he had a route too. Because in my opinion, I think he could have totally had a route.
Yeah.
Go make another game so we can get a route with it. I think he's cute. I really think he's cute. I like that. I like his look. He's very pretty. He's got his own masculinity to him. I don't think it's negative, really. I don't think it's ultra positive, but I don't think it's negative.
Yeah. Yeah. And then in the FD, there's a side story with him where you get to have tea with him basically and kind of get like a taste of what it could be like maybe if they had a root together and a meet cute and everything. And I'm like, I want more of this. You get to find out of it, his family and all this kind of stuff. He's precious, okay? And Virtani says he's an honest guy.
Yeah, he's honest. He's honest. He is honest. He's very upfront. He doesn't hold anything in. And yeah, some of it could come off kind of harsh, but I don't think it's not in a bad place.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's rank him. Let us rank him. What am I gonna do with you? I could almost put him under bride, but I'm gonna control myself because there's other husbandos on here that I want to bride more.
So, yeah, you know what? I agree. Like, he's in between bride and bone for me. Mm-hmm. He's in between both. He is definitely, that's the right spot for him, in my opinion.
We are agreed. Okay, this right here, this is Jean or Jean. I'm going to say Jean. And he's Mathis Claude's butler. And in Mathis's route, the plot happens around this guy. And he's got good sides and he has bad qualities. Sometimes I would say his bad qualities probably outshine his good qualities, but he does have good qualities, okay? He does have good qualities. And Jean is voiced by Tomohiro Takatsuka. And I honestly think that Jean does care about Mathis, and he works for Mathis in the family. I think he cares about him. He cares about his own interests probably a little bit more, you know? And that's why he does what he does. But he's very pretty. I love his design. He's one of the prettiest butlers you'll ever see in your life, you know? And yeah, that's what all I'll say about Jean. How about you?
He is pretty complicated. Give him that. I actually really liked him despite everything. It was kind of like, a little bit too much for me, but at the same time, I was so entranced by him. He is beautiful, and he's a really interesting character. And he has some devotion to him, we could say that. We'll leave it at that. But I liked him. I did. I don't love him, but I liked him, despite everything. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fair. And I like him too, At first I hated him, but then I thought about it. And then I saw, and then I played the FD and stuff like that, and I got to see kind of in some ways I hate him, but in other ways I love him.
Yeah.
It's complicated, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna rank him.
Yeah.
We will rank you, Jean.
And because of that, it's a very butt hear me out. He's very much a butt hear me out.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only where I could put him. I've seen some people are really obsessed with him, and I'm like, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah,
that is fair.
It's fair.
Very pretty.
It's real.
So pretty though. Yeah.
I know, like a lot of you in the chat are also saying he's a butt hear me out for you too. Yeah, a lot of you are saying that. Yeah, Bertani can kind of get behind it. Yeah, waggling eyebrows. I know, right? Okay, let's talk about this next guy. Okay, this is Lucas Prost. Lucas has one of my favorite seiyus or voice actors of all time, which is Daisuke Hirakawa. Lucas he's a teacher, and he's also up there in age. He's like 22. He's about to die, because everybody dies at the age of 23. He's an old man on this island. This old man at the old age of 22. So, he's coughing and stuff, and he's like a lot because he's at the end of his life.
As I cough at the end of my life.
I know. Oh, are you okay? Oh no! How are your chromosomes doing? Because somehow your lifespan has to do with chromosomes. I don't know. And flowers. Whatever. We're all traumatized by those spider lilies now because of this game. He goes. That's his vocation, is teaching, and he goes through all the orphanages, and he teaches the kids there about relivers and basics, math and science and spelling and all that kind of a thing. And there's a lot of orphans. There's a lot of orphans on this island because everybody dies young. So your parents probably die young if they don't reliver, which most people don't because they're not rich enough, or they're part of the religious order that doesn't believe in it. And so he has decided not to reliver, and for his own reasons. He believes in just being a human and living a human life. He has a younger sister named Nadia who's very sickly, and so he does his best to care for Nadia. She's usually in the hospital, Capuchin's hospital. So you'll see Capuchin a lot in his route. You'll see Daha a lot in his route around Nadia and the drama with what happens there. And he also, he's very strong, even though he's sickly. Like, he seems like most people would have died by now. But for some reason, he's still kicking. Almost 23, he's still going. So good on him, He's also known Sarah. Yeah, good on you. You're still alive. And he's known Sarah's for a long time. I think Sarah's actually had a little crush on him because as he was her teacher, and I think she always kind of had like
She's
little
her teacher.
Yeah, she had a little crush on her teacher growing up, which is kind of cute, honestly. His first CG is one of the most beautiful CGs of all time. He's one of the most beautiful femboys of all time. Honestly, like, he's gorgeous. Look at him. And that comes up to like his femininity as part of his character. Anyway, what do you think about him?
Uh, I did not like him. I'm sorry. He was a bit too much for me. Complicated. Uh, I know I'm being repetitive with the complicated say, but that's the best way to put it without spoiling. Uh, there was so much going on, and I'll give it credit. It was just like it was a ride. It was a roller coaster ride. His whole story, him himself, is a roller coaster ride. It was too much for me because after a while, I'm like, oh my god, please stop, please stop. Um, I just can't personally get into a character like that. It's just not for me. Um, and I'll give him credit for like he stood by his convictions and what have you. He really stood by what he believed. But it was just a no for me.
Yeah,
It
and I
was.
think this game hates him. Like the
I think
devs,
so too.
they
I
hate
think
him.
I think you sometimes see that with a writer. It's like, do you really hate this character? Because I think you really hate this character. Why create this character if you're gonna do this?
I know.
And this is one of those characters. This is definitely one of those characters.
Yeah, he gets the shaft at every turn in the worst possible way. I will also say this, though. I will say this. Between the main game and the FD, he has probably some of the best kiss CGs of all of the guys. Consistent, great kiss CGs, okay? He also has junk in the trunk, which some of these characters, which I'm going to point out, one of them has negative junk in the trunk, okay? All right? He has cake. I'm boning him because of said cake and kiss CGs.
He's boring for me.
He's
Sorry.
dangerous.
Yeah, he is. He is. He is. I totally get why the bone and yeah, but it's not. I can't.
He's boring.
Yeah. I don't want to banish him, really. Well, I don't really want to banish him. He's not on the level of Cappuccino where I want to banish him.
I mean, like, I could put him under But Hear Me Out, but I'm boning him. I'm just boning him.
Okay, well, maybe he's in the middle between boring and But Hear Me Out. All right, I'll give him that. But I couldn't banish him. I can't banish him, but...
Yeah, because you don't hate him, you know?
I'll put him somewhere in the middle here.
Okay, this is Mathis Claude. Mathis is the youngest of the love interests in Virche, and he is the son of a wealthy family. He's also an orphan, and so Jean actually raises him. He's like the butler that also is kind of like raising him, you know? So that kind of makes Jean sort of like family to him, honestly, if you think about it that way. When you're an orphan and all you have is your butler, you know? And this guy, he also has a very complicated route, as they all kind of do, where, you know, when you're 17, do you really know who you are? Does anybody actually know who they are, who they're going to be when they're 17? My argument is no. So he falls in that category. That's how I'm going to put that. Okay. Also, this man is a crazy driver. If you were going to have a bank heist and you need a getaway driver, you get Mathis. You might all end up yakking in the car because he's driving like a crazy person, but you will get out of there. Okay. You will escape. The cops cannot keep up. All right. Mathis, getaway driver. All right. He's also young and innocent and precious, and you know, he's a sweetheart. He's voiced by Kohei Amasaki. All right, Hannah.
He's adorable. I like him a lot. I just thought he was cute all around. I just hated how he kind of got like the route like really did him the sadness. I want to protect him. I think he's adorable. He's so pretty. He's super young looking for me, so that's now in some categories, but I just was like, oh, I want to protect him. He's adorable. That's all I thought throughout the whole thing. I was like, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you. I want you to be happy. So.
All right, so let's go ahead and rank him then. All right, sweet, precious, sweet summer child.
Sweet Summer Child's gonna be my bestie, for sure. I can't. He's definitely not in the bottom, and he's definitely not at the top one. He's a good bestie.
I could either, I don't like him as much as I like Dahet. I don't really think he's boring necessarily. He's like in between bestie and boring for me, so I'm just gonna put him in. I could be his friend, but I like Dahet so much better. Yeah, that's what we're doing. This is Shion Brophiais. And Shion he calls himself God, or the scientist loved by God. He's a reliver as well, and he actually invented the technology for the relivers. And he's a workaholic. All he cares about is work and inventing things and doing more reliver stuff. He's kind of an employer to Ceres, the MC, because he hires her to clean his office, which is always a disaster, and to feed him. He calls her a sandwich dispenser, which is hysterical. He's like a genius tsundere kind of a guy, you know? He's hard. He doesn't really value emotions so much as just the technical part of being alive, but But, you know, I guess throughout his route, he's a dynamic character because you can see his scientific curiosity kind of leads him to wanting to experience things like love and what is that? And, you know, his relationship with MC, even though he's a mad scientist, but even though he's like the one character that doesn't value emotions, he actually has some of the most, romantic Otome tropey type of stuff in his route compared to the rest of the guys, which is a funny gap mo for him. Yeah, he's brilliant, but he's an ass and he's dangerous. What do you think of him, Hannah?
I got this lazy slutty vibe going for him because he's so lazy.
He's totally slutty.
And he's look how he's dressed.
He's the only one that has shirtless CGs or shirtless pictures and stuff. Naked CGs.
Look, to me, the placement of his marking is slutty to me.
Yeah. And the hair. He's got bedroom hair.
Yes. Yeah. It's just his clothes are about to fall off. It looks like they're just about to. He is a hot mess. He really morphs throughout the game, and even the fanness morphs, meaning his character changes. It's a growth for sure, but it really changes. You go from a sexist workaholic lazy guy to oh, I'm gushing over you. I'm devoted for you. It just is what it goes from here to here.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing that frustrates me. It's just you. And then actually, I think his route was the best route in the main game. His route was the best route. And it had a lot of, and I wish there was more sci-fi in Otome, especially mainstream one. I wish there was more of it because that was a very sci-fi route.
Yeah.
That whole thing. So I was just oh, I love that. I wish I'm a huge Nor 9 fan, and Trade Maniac. So I was just oh, I want more of that. So his route was incredible. I think that had the best good ending out of all of them. So yeah, that's my
Yeah, he's the only one in the main game that got some spice, you know?
Yes, yeah.
He was a little steamy. I will also say that he was voiced by Yoshimasa Hosoya, who also voices Shu from Bustafellows. So
yes.
We love that voice. All right, let's go ahead and rank this guy.
I don't know where to put him. I'm going to... God, I'm just going to put But Hear Me Out. It's complicated. Let's just say that. It's complicated. It's complicated.
But Hear Me Out, I mean, he is kind of a But Hear Me Out type of a guy. He is. He's
either a brain rot for people or But Hear Me Out. That's what I think, usually, from what I hear.
I'm briding him because he's rich. And he's delicious. He's super hot. He has the ability to be romantic and steamy, Okay, he's trash in just the perfect way. Okay, yeah, I'm writing this one. Like, is he gonna cook? No, but he's got money, and we can, it's fine. I'll dispense sandwiches for him. It's fine. Okay, we have one more husbando on this game. Okay, this is Evis. Evis, that's how they say it in the game. I think you're supposed to pronounce it like Eves. They say it like Evis in the game.
Yeah, I keep screwing up his name.
Yeah, I'm sorry for everyone who is your ears are bleeding because I can't say it right. I'm saying Evis because that's what I heard. And he is kind of like a childhood friend for the main character a little bit. Like, she knew him, not like a close friend, but she knew of him. Like, they had met before. And he has also another one of my favorite voice actors of all time, which is Soma Saito, who also voices Mineo Enomoto in Collar X Malice. And he's Alphonse in Ikemen Villains.
He's in Illusions too. He's Aoyuki.
Oh, he's Aoyuki. That's
he's
right.
The butler.
He's the butler. Yeah. Aoyuki. I love Aoyuki already. I'm already in love with that guy. And then a bunch of others. He does a lot. We love Soma Saito.
He's done a lot. Yeah.
He does a lot of anime.
I would say Togoku Struggle.
Oh yeah. Wait, who is he's
the little wolf boy. I can never remember
Hikonosuke.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's cute. I like that character.
Evis in his personality is a puppy dog. He's a golden retriever with a dark past, with a sad past. And, he's weird. He here's the thing. He's famous for being a bad cook. Like, he's also in that military militia thing, with Hugo. Hugo is his business partner and his best friend, and Adolphe, which is another friend of his. And the three of them are in that militia, that citizen militia. And one of the things is, like, he volunteers to cook for them, and everyone's like, no, don't let Evis cook because he'll poison us all to death with his terrible cooking. It's bad. It's real bad. He'll even do things like, I talked about those spider lily flowers. They're like poisonous in this island, and he'll eat them. He does things like eat them. Like, his grandfather taught him a recipe where you won't die.
His whole house is surrounded by him. Everybody else wants to stay away, but his whole house is surrounded by him. He's like, they're pretty.
Yeah, he protects them. He'll go into the field and water them and stuff. He takes care of those flowers. He loves those flowers. And he's oh my gosh, bad cook, attempted murder. I know. He's a sweetheart. He has the handyman service. The community loves him and Hugo. They love him because he fixes things, and he'll climb up trees and rescue cats. And he's a sweet guy, and he wants everyone to like him. He really cares about what other people think about him, unfortunately for him. And most people love him until, they don't understand him. And, he has a mask that covers half of his face because of an injury. And so, when people see him without the mask, they freak out. And that's why he wears the mask. But, he just wants people to love him, to like him. He wants to be likable. And he is a likable guy. He's precious. He's a fighter. And he's like, Anku ships him and Ceres together. So they
all the time. And
he's a poster boy.
He's a golden boy.
He's golden boy. All right, I've talked enough. Please, Hannah.
Pretty much you hit everything. Yes, very golden retriever. He is the poster boy. I'll leave it at that. Poster boys are after me, I feel like, half the time. I like the route. I like the route a lot. It was big reveals. There was a lot of interesting things that happened. He is super green flag. Super green flag. If you're looking for a green flag, this is definitely one of the boys for you. And I felt like there was some, definitely he's very much attracted to her. Very much attracted. And always body and soul type thing. That he's very much head over heels for her. Mm-hmm. That's our golden boy.
And Milky says that the community doesn't deserve him. They can go jump off a cliff. Yeah, he's too good for that island. He's too good for that world. They don't deserve him. I love him. He's gonna go in between Brainrot and Bride for me.
I don't know where to put him, to be honest with you. It's another one I get shipped with, oddly enough. I'm gonna put him in Brainrot for reasons.
For reasons.
I'll leave it at that.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that. Last game, this is Café Enchanté. And this game is, the reason why we think it's a good Halloween game is because pretty much covers all the Halloween costumes that you could want. You have the love interests. They're like supernatural, This game is, you have demons, you have angels, you have what are they called? A Dallahan? Or whatever, the Headless Knight. You have a fire wolf man, and all angels and mad scientists and, a regular guy who's an agent. All that kind of thing in these characters. And basically in Café Enchanté, Kahone is the main character, MC, and she inherits a coffee shop or cafe that also has it's like an inn/cafe. And she inherits that from her grandfather who passes away. And it turns out that all of the people who are patrons and come hang out all the time are these supernatural gentlemen, these hot supernatural guys. And they're the only ones that really ever go there. And they actually end up kind of living there. They don't have to, but they choose to. And they've been doing that since grandfather days, and now it's Katone's place and she's a business owner and these are her customers and they go on adventures and they visit each other's worlds, and like she has a portal to their worlds from the cafe through a magic door and all this kind of stuff. And that's how she meets a lot of them in the very beginning. And so that's Café Enchanté. What any other thoughts about what this game is about, Hannah?
Once again, spoilers. I really like how relatable the MC is, for sure. I really like her. I think she's one of the best MCs. As far as story, it really takes you on a journey because, I think that's one of the best common routes I have ever played. And then once you get into a route, you're taken into some weird, crazy portal. And but technically are, because you are going to their world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is a journey.
It's a journey.
So I have to tread lightly whenever I talk about this at any of my panels. I have to kind of like what we did this year, and Lions in the Jasmine's in the chat there. We did it. We had to do a thing at our panel. It was like, how do we put it? Oh my god, my brain's blanking out. It was kind of like, looks could be deceiving. It's like, look how cute this is. And pretty. It doesn't look like it's something tragic or any of that. And it's like, just here you go. Looks could be deceiving. So that's how we have to tread lightly, because it's just, if you say anything about the routes, you're in dangerous territory. You've spoiled it all.
Yeah.
So it's an incredible game. And for obvious reasons, it needs a fan disc. It's been way too long. Whenever they do their big announcements in Japan, it's like everybody, even on the Japan side, it's like fan disc for Cafe. Come on. We need closure in some areas more. So it's a beautiful game. The art's gorgeous too.
Yes, I 100% agree. And I will say this game has angst in it. Okay. So if you're going in thinking that it's just a happy-go-lucky game, there is angst in it. I'll just say that.
This was another game that I was talking about earlier, that when they were like, what's up, Fluffy? Because and someone's like, Cafe, and everybody's like, no, not that either. Because they're like, it's so cute, and I'm like, up to a certain point, it's cute. And then we're like, no, we're not in cute. territory anymore.
Some of y'all have definitely played this game in the chat. Look at y'all. It's a nice fluffy coffee shop, Otome. Devil horns. Yeah, exactly. Also, I appreciate Vertani's list from Virche. Look at what you've done to Dahet, Vertani. How dare you? On both accounts. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is Abe Karia. And Abe he's a side character, y'all. So he's young. He's a youngster. He's a teenager. And but he's a side character that like hangs out at the coffee shop, and he's like discovering himself as all teenagers are. And he helps out. He's like an employee there. Yeah, and he I don't know, he has a lot going on in his story, especially in the common route, where, he fits right in with everybody. All of the people that hang out in that coffee shop, except for Katone, are somehow supernatural. So that's what I'll say about him. What do you think about him, Hannah? I'm
going to be honest. How long has it been since this game came out? 3-4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember too much about him. I don't remember anything like negative, ultra negative or anything. So I'm kind of...
He's like sorry. There.
Yeah, I really feel bad that I don't have much memory.
That's fair,
To be honest, it's a game I really want to replay, but with everything going on with just keep shoving out games once or twice a month, it's really hard to get back to your like, well, I want to replay this. But so yeah, I don't have an opinion much either way. I like his character design. I thought it was a girl at first. That's not a bad thing, but I just say.
Yeah, Lion says he's a bratty little Kosugaki. He's voiced by Yu Nagase. So anyways, he's a side character, let's go ahead and rank him.
Yeah, since I don't remember anything, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of think of boring as like, who are you again?
Yeah, that goes with like, sorry, I don't remember much about you. It's like vague. Like, I know if you see it, kind of, God, vicious.
Like, we barely remember. I barely remember. Like, I played this game last year, so like I remember more than you do. But he doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Asmodeus, and Asmodeus he's a demon, and he says he's the demon king. That's what he says, and he is very flirty. And he's very flawed. Like, he kind of acts like he's going to be, maybe he could be a bad guy, but not really. Like, he's kind of it's like, how Minami is like this gremlin. It's like, oh, you're totally going to be a bad guy, but actually you're really funny and kind of lovable. I feel like Asmodeus is kind of like that. Or like, it's like, oh my God, stop. you silly Billy. Like, that's how I feel like with Asmo. He's yeah, that's him. That's what he is. He's the kind of guy that he immediately flirts with the main character and like totally wants to marry her and might even try to do things that are unsavory because he's a demon and demons be demoning. What do you think?
I remember him being a weirdo, yeah, like I'm the king of demons. It's almost like I'm gonna be king of the pirates type thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be king of the demons. I don't think he was I don't remember him being like a so bad guy. I just remember being funny. You know what I mean? I don't have anything negative. Like, I remember him more than the other characters. So.
I love his character design, honestly. And I think he's funny. He's voiced by and I don't know who else he voices. Hidenori Takahashi. Hidenori Takahashi. And I don't know who else he voices. So there's that. Let's rank him.
You know what? I'm gonna be weird. He's gonna be my bestie because he's weird.
I'm boning him. I think he's hot.
And
he makes me laugh. He's
He
like
likes you.
endearing.
He likes you at
He
least.
likes me. He's all for it. He's all for it. What about Waka from Amnesia? Y'all know I love Waka from Amnesia, okay? I'm just telling
It's
you.
the same vibe. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's the same Seiyu. That makes me like him even more.
Oh, it is? Oh, it is? I didn't know that was the same Seiyu.
I like him
that's
even
right.
more.
So, any Utapri fans out there, he's in Utapri. So, yeah, I like him a lot.
I wish that he's a side character, Asmodeus. He's like one of the very few dark-skinned characters in an Otome game. And I just would love to have him as an actual ally.
Yeah, there's not enough of those.
Now there are if you go indie, there's lots of diversity in indie games.
Yeah.
But just for like the Japanese Otome games, you just don't see it very often. So when I do see it, I tend to, I can't help myself. I tend to gravitate.
Bone character.
Yeah, you automatically get points just because like I appreciate seeing a little melanin sometimes, Okay, this is Canos Espada, and Canos is your resident headless knight, because there's got to be one of those everywhere, right? This is the only game where I've actually seen like people would think of him as like a monster, because he literally doesn't have a head, y'all. That's why he wears that helmet all the time, because he doesn't have a head. There's no head, y'all. You can tell his emotions by the color of his flames. Like when he blushes, his flames underneath the helmet, the fire, it turns pink. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? You can make him blush pink, okay? He is voiced by another voice actor that I absolutely love. And I only know one other character for sure that he voices, but it's Yuichiro Umehara, and he also voices Benkei from Birushana. Now, I have not played Birushana yet, but I'm obsessed with Benkei already, and I don't care. People tell me his roots are boring, but I don't care. I love him, okay? I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you need that. You need to play it.
I love Benkei, okay? I looked at Benkei and I researched Benkei, and I was like, I'm climbing that man like a tree, and I'm climbing Canos like a tree, okay?
So my boyfriend played that too, and he liked him. He was like, oh, he's just a big lug. That's all he is. He's just a big lug.
I love him. He's very honest. He's very loyal. Like when you think of a knight in shining armor, that's Canos. And he comes from the fairy world. Except for he just doesn't have a head, okay? Yeah, that's him. And he's a gentle giant, and he loves plants. Yeah. And he's really buff. Like he's real muscles. Anyway, Hannah.
You just told us you're already putting him in the bone category. That's what you just did right there.
I kind of got distracted by muscles.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you could see him through his tight white tee and his, like, it's gonna sound insulting, like an Eddie Bauer type of, like, vest.
What is up with the puffy vest?
Puffy vest.
And the Uggs.
Yeah, the Uggs.
He totally wears Uggs.
He is all those things. I think he really defines that princely, knightly type. He really defines that, Kudere. The Umehara was very fitting for this role, that's for sure. I think it's the least, like, devastating route there is. It's the least. I like Faye. I love Faye a lot. I feel called out with this type a little bit once again. So, yes.
Shall we rank him?
Yes. I don't know where to put him. I really don't know where to put him.
I could bride him. I like him that much.
I'm gonna just put him as a bestie because I don't know where else to put him.
Okay, everybody, this is Dromi. And Dromi he's a beast man, kind of like Ignis, and him and Ignis are from the same world. He's a side character as well. Dromi is very ganky, he's very energetic, and he's a childhood friend of Ignis. And he also is very tied to the plot for Ignis as well. So, what do you think of him, Hannah?
He was annoying. I thought he's too much for me. I did not like him for a lot of reasons. It really pissed me off. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I've got more to say, but yeah, no, absolutely not.
I agree. I had to turn his volume down in the game because his voice was like hurting my ears.
Yeah.
Because he screams.
And especially if he were to go on and on and on, it was like, you need to. I started like skipping through his lines super fast. So it was like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. So this is like.
Yeah. And also, I don't forgive him. I don't forgive him. He's not.
I don't. No forgiveness. It goes back to Cappuccino.
You need to be
like,
muzzled.
No forgiveness.
He does need to be muzzled. He's horrible. I mean, some people, I've seen people say that they love him and all that kind of stuff. I can't with him.
Yeah, I can't. I personally cannot deal with that.
Okay, this one right here I can with. This is Epilogue. He's also a side character. This game has so many delicious side characters that we can't date, and it makes me upset. Truly
Maybe
upset.
If you gave us a fan disc.
Oh, give us a fan disc. He's at the top of my I want to root for this man, and I don't have one. He's an angel, as you can see, a fallen angel. He's got the black wings, so I don't think that's a spoiler. I won't tell you what a fallen angel actually means in this game, though. And he comes from the same world as Idol Fado de Rie, who's also an angel. So I think that's pretty obvious. And he's kind of like a hopeless romantic a little bit, you know. He loves love. He's a bro, you know. He's a bro. He's helpful. He's a good guy. He's very charming and heroic and easy to get along with. That's Epilogue, and I can already tell y'all, like, I love him. Hannah.
I love him too. Like, there's no way you could hate him. There's no way you could hate him whatsoever. It goes back to positive masculinity. I love that. Himbo-ish. I do like that type a lot. Mm-hmm. He's great. And I want to know more about him. If we get, fan disc or something. But yes, look at him.
Just look at, those of y'all in the chat, you're like abs, pecs, like, yes. How could you not? I'm putting him in between Bone and Bride.
I'm going to do the same, actually.
Yeah. I would like more. If he had more an actual route, he'd probably go into like Bride or Brainrot, to be honest.
Yeah. If they gave him more substance, 100%, he would climb up.
Also, Epilogue has a voice actor that a lot of people love, which is Kazuyuki Okitsu.
We talked about him earlier.
Who else does he do? I forgot.
He's Anku.
Oh yeah. Why did I forget that all of a sudden? Oh my gosh. And Tsukiyomi. Y'all, I love that voice. Okay, this right here, this is Ignis, and Ignis Carbunculus. He is a fire wolf, essentially. Kind of like a werewolf, except for he doesn't go full wolf, usually. He comes from the beast world, and he's a ganky redhead. He eats a lot. He loves food. He's always hungry, just like a dog. And he cooks meat. He likes to cook meat. He's definitely a carnivore. He likes meat probably a little too much, if you ask me. He's too much. His route is a mess. That's all I'll say about that. He's also very belligerent, he gets in fights. He's kind of a tsundere, wouldn't you say? He's a tsunbun?
I think so.
Yeah. He gets angry easily. But he protects other like animals and critters and stuff like that. So that's really cute to see this fiery, angry guy that like tries to protect little animals, which is adorable. And I love that for him. And also when he goes fire beast mode, he like abs, chest, everything fully out, muscles. He's gorgeous. Yeah, Hannah.
I adore him. And he has, so I bring up Tengoku Struggle a lot because I brain rot for that game. He reminds me of Yona. So if you've ever played that game, he's very Yona-like to me. Also, he kind of reminds me, so I'm a huge wrestling fan. If you know me, I'm a huge wrestling fan. He reminds me of a wrestler. If he were to be put in a wrestling situation, he would be like, let's go, let it all out. He's got that wrestler vibe energy to him, but he's a student. He's actually a really good guy. He's loud and he just wants to punch a hole in the wall, but he's actually a really good guy. And I love him. I love his look. I love that fiery red hair. I like his regular attire. It's funny to me. I don't know why it's funny to me.
Yeah, it is funny. He kind of looks like a hippie here.
Yes, he kind of has that weird hippie look to him. I don't know, but it's funny. I love him. Yeah, that route though, it was really hard to get through. I was just like, oh, this is kind of sickening.
Yeah, Sirius says his route is one that you can't believe what you're reading and that it is in an Otome game.
Yes. It was really shocking. I was just like, what did I just experience? I was like, okay, what just and I feel like, did this get a T rating? Because I brought this up before in panels where I've looked at games. It's like, why does that have a T rating on it? I don't know. I can't remember if this is one of the ones, but I was just like, no. This is like very. I can't remember if it is. I have to look it up, but
I have it and right here. It does have a T rating.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I guess they were like, well, there's no boobies in it or whatever, so slap a T on it. But
yeah, there's no like nudity, there's nothing like graphic and stuff. Well, except for one particular description is pretty graphic, if you know what I mean. Y'all in the chat, y'all are terrible. Look at y'all in the chat. Oh my god, yeah, I was shocked and appalled, but himself, he's great. Also, I don't forgive Dromi.
No, never.
Okay, let's rank him.
Automatic brain rot.
I'm boning him. Yeah. He probably has one of the best kiss CGs.
Yeah.
Probably the best kiss CG, actually. I'm trying to think of who else. Like, there's no kiss CG for Headless Knight. There's no because there's nothing to kiss. There's no head. Okay. Okay, this is Idol Fado. They say it like Idol in the game. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, like how you would say it, but they say Idol Fado de Rie. And Idol he's an angel, obviously. Look at how adorable he is. Oh my gosh. He is a super sweet, he's a fallen angel that he comes from the heavenly world, and he is a goofball. He's a total goof. He is sweet. He's gentle. He also has one of my favorite voice actors of all time, which is Kaito Ishikawa. And he's like a silly soft boy, and he loves to play Otome games. He's obsessed with Otome games, and like he'll stay in his room in the cafe all day long, and you'll be like, what's Idol doing? And you go check, he's up there playing Otome games on his Nintendo Switch. He's precious. We love him. And he's fun. He can sing, he can fly. He doesn't understand. He has no common sense. And I just want him to take me flying. I want him to wrap his big soft wings around me, and I want him to sing to me. And that's all I want out of this life, okay? Is that too much to ask in a date, in a man? Is that too much to ask? Hannah, what do you think?
I'm gonna get crucified for this one. I wasn't a fan of this character. He just didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. I mean, it's cute. I will say, oh my God, you're gonna come for me. I I will say I liked his Otome obsession with playing and what have you. I thought that was a cute. It was the route for me essentially that what kind of ruined it. I personally did not like that storyline for
Mm.
reasons. It didn't do it for me. I kind of like after a while was like, I get it, but it was the route. It was the route that did it for me, and I was like, I mean, but I thought he himself was interesting, very interesting, his backstory and what have you. But it was the route that did me, and that's all I'll say. That kind
Yeah.
of impacted how I guess because sometimes it does that. A route can impact how you view a character, and I guess that was kind of like that for me.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I actually liked his route because it was angsty, and he's a sad boy. And he cried, and he made me cry. So if you can make me cry, I probably love you. Definitely. Okay, shall we go ahead and rank him? Pitchforks. Yeah, the crying, Rue crying, that's how I feel. How could you not love him?
I'm sorry. I don't know where to put him.
I know exactly where I'm putting him. He either goes in Bright or Brain Rot for me, but he's probably my favorite character. One of my favorite characters. Yeah, no, he's my favorite character in this game. He goes in my Brain Rot.
I don't think he's boring. I really don't think he's boring. I might put him in Bestie because I don't think he's boring and he shouldn't get banished for sure.
He would come to the Otome panel.
Yes, he would. He really would. It's just not my type. It goes back to it's just not my type,
Fair.
And so, yeah.
That's fair.
They're going to come for me. I know someone's going to come for me eventually. Oh.
I don't have a lot to say about this next guy, y'all. I think this is the next one. This is Mikado's assistant. And he's mysterious. And he's sus. And he, let's see what VNDB says about him to help me out, because I barely remember stuff about this man. It says he's a young researcher who works for Mikado Akira, and he's great at his job, but he barely talks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you think, Hannah?
Yeah, I don't have much to say too, because spoilers and other things, and also my memory is kind of once again, kind of hazy on him, so I don't know where to put him, and I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, before and then even after spoilers, I still am like, eh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's. I might have to do boring too because I'm yeah, because I don't.
There's just not much to say about him,
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the next one is Mikado Akira. And Mikado, actually, I have more to say about him, but he works in a government agency that works with supernatural people that have come to Earth. And they cover stuff up and then clean. They're like the X-Files of this game, essentially.
I like that description.
Yeah. He's like the Squints. You remember the Squints, the researchers and the scientists in the X-Files? That's him. And he is a co-worker to Rindo, who is a love interest. And he looks young and childish, but he's actually 30, which is a fun fact and funny. And he's always holding that cute looking stuffed animal or creature, whatever that is right there, very lovingly, always holding it, always has it with him. Yeah, he's a great scientist. He's dedicated. He's ganky. He works too much. He probably needs a break. He's kind of annoying and has a high-pitched voice that I had to turn down. What about you, Hannah?
He was interesting. Yeah, he was a bit much. He was I don't want to say mad scientist, but a little weird, weird scientist type thing. Oh, you could say mad, I guess, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
So, His character design's weird to me because yeah, he's older, but he looks like a kid, and he's got
Mm-hmm.
like the oversized baggy clothes, like a kid would put on, like their parents' clothes or something like that going around. Yeah, I can't say too much more, obviously, because of spoilers, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's rank this guy. He's going into my boring pile for now. He's not boring though.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not boring, but I don't know where else to put him. So
Yeah, I don't want to banish. I don't hate him. I don't necessarily want to banish him. He is annoying though. But like his story, his backstory, like gave me like I felt for him and I respect him for what he does and how he does what he believes in and how supportive he is. So I respect him for that and I don't want to banish him, but I also like I don't feel any type of way about him. Oh, you're right. His voice actor is Gakuto Kajiwara, who also voices two love interests named Mitsuki, one from Jack Jean and one from Sympathy Kiss. Two Mitsukis. Same Gakuto Kajiwara. Yeah. Okay, well, you're not exactly boring, but we don't want to romance you, dude. Okay, now this is an interesting guy. This is Messire Rex. And Messire, he's a demon king. And he's very friendly. He's very flirty when you first meet him. Like he's already like huggy, kissing your hand kind of a guy when Katone first meets him. He's voiced by Kenji Akabane, and he's a poster boy. He kind of has a little bit of poster boy syndrome. Like he's got plot armor, sort of. No, he doesn't. Never mind. I take it back. You know who has plot armor? Shion and Virche. Things work out for Shion. If the devs love Shion, they hate Lucas. They love Shion. That man has more plot armor than anybody. Messire usually has plot armor until you get to his root, and then he loses all of his plot armor. But he's very magical. He loves coffee, and he's very friendly with Katone right off the bat. He is not a tsundere. He's the opposite of that. He loves us already. What are your thoughts on Messire?
I love him. I think he is so charming. I liked him from the beginning. I love his look. It's definitely just for me. I thought he had a really interesting story. I justice for him though, because I was like, you're gonna do that and then not give us a fan disc. He deserves all the love in the world. I think they're perfect for each other. I love him.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Vertani says Akaza from Olympia Soiree has the most plot armor. Your cosplay plot armor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Messire, he's an interesting guy. Let's go ahead and rank him. And I will say, I hated his ending of his
Yes, 100%. I was really mad about that. That's why it's hard to kind of go back. Like when I think about going back to replaying, I'm like, maybe I could just stop at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like just stop here.
Yeah, I could bestie him. Like he's fun, and I had a lot of high hopes for him. I loved him as a side character and everybody else's route. Like I was really excited for his route, but
I put him at Bride. I put him over the. I put him at Bride though. Yes, 100% love him.
Awesome. Okay, now let's talk about. We're almost done, y'all. Okay, this is Kaoru Rindo. And Rindo is the resident old man, except for he's like one of the youngest LIs. He's 42 years old. And the only other LI that's younger than him is Ignis, who's like 20. Ignis is 25. But Rindo, okay, everyone else is like thousands of years old, hundreds of years old and stuff like that. And Rindo here will not stop talking about how he's this old man. Constantly, I'm so old. I'm like, dude, Rindo, stop. Stop it. It's fine. You know what? We're used to seeing like 56-year-old dudes with like 18-year-olds, okay? It's whatever. I used to live in a resort town. We used to have this game called Date or Daughter where we would watch people and guess if that was that old dude's daughter or his date. And it was like a 50-50 split. But anyways, people are used to that. Rindo, stop talking about being so old, okay? You're not that old. Stop it. Anyways, besides that, he's an agent for the government, the paranormal agent group that we were talking about with Mikado. So he wields his weapon is a gun. It's like a magic gun too. It's not like a normal gun. So he actually can fight too. So all the other characters, when they go out on missions and they're fighting monsters and stuff like that, Rindo can hold his own, okay, y'all? Like he can take care of zombies and stuff like that. And he rescues little critters and stuff. And he'll do his best to protect the supernatural characters that are good and not evil or, trying to eat people and stuff. And he is... he's a gentleman, he's wealthy. He has his own place. He's successful. He can cook, he's got a nice car. He's a family man. When you find out in his route, he cares about his family, even though he lives alone. He's single, obviously, but he's an ally, and he seems like he's kind of lonely. All of his friends hang out in the cafe all the time. And, he's like the outsider, he's like the odd man out because he's a normal dude and everybody else has all these superpowers. And then here comes this like regular guy, this regular 42-year-old guy. He's extremely sexy, y'all. He's hot, like to the max. Okay. I love him, but I'll let you gush about him too. You're gonna gush about him, right?
So I loved him, and I did. It sucked that he would go on about my age. I'm like, you're not that old, and he wasn't. You know what I mean? He was never creepy to her or anything. Very gentleman, and I think like it didn't bother me at all because she's mature for her age. I think she's one of the most mature MCs I've ever come across.
Yeah.
I think she is great. I don't remember anything negative about her. She's just great across the board, and that's why I think they're like good for each other. Yeah, he's charming, he's handsome. Like he's not that old, you know what I mean? And I mean he's got it together. I felt like the route got did him dirty at times. I think, he needs justice too. I loved him. I have nothing negative to say about him. I just didn't like how they had him. I wish there was more characters his age, especially mainstream. Of course, like, in the indie stuff, you'll see that way more often. But, it's something we shouldn't look down on or anything like that. It's not like she's, in high school. That would be like, oh no, absolutely not.
No, she's a full grown adult. She's a business owner, and I think they could have aged her up. They could have made her like mid-20s. They could have even made her in her 30s. Like, everybody else is like hundreds of years old. It would have been fine, but they decided not to because whatever. Also, I see that some Vertani is mentioning his sexy VA, Junichi Suabe, which we recognize him. Isn't he Van Helsing in Code Realize?
Yes, he's Van Helsing. Yeah.
Yeah, we love him.
He's in Tears of Themis. He's in a lot of stuff. He's in Love. I think he's in Love Brush Chronicles too. He's been in some mobile Otome games lately, but he's been in a lot.
Yeah, and he does a lot of anime too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot of anime.
Oh, he's Lars in Love Brush?
Stuff.
Oh. Okay, well, are we ready to rank him?
He is going between the Bride and Bone. You know what, Bride? Forget it. He's worth it.
He is worth it. I'm putting him in between Brainrot and Bride because I think I like Edel just a tiny, tiny bit more, but I don't know. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I like him the same amount. I'll go ahead and put him in Brainrot. Yeah. And I liked his route too. His route made me cry. But not for the reasons that you might think. like Edel's root made me cry in a different way. But I just really appreciated it. Almost had like this whole, like, he had like this whole Phantom of the Opera vibe going on for a while, and I kind of liked that. That makes zero sense unless you play it. This is Venia, and Venia is a character. Venia goes by they, them, I believe, and they are they're the prime minister in the fairy world, and the fairy world has the Queen Titania, so they serve Queen Titania, and they're designed purposefully is to be androgynous. And then Venia is a tsundere, where Venia is distrusting and very suspicious of people. But if you can prove that you're cool, a good person, and all that kind of stuff, Venia has their own agendas and things like that. So, and again, they're suspicious of people. They're not immediately friendly, but they can become a good friend in the right circumstances, is what I'll say. So that's what I'll say about Venia. What about you?
I thought they were kind of interesting. I don't know where I would place them. I just remember finding them kind of, what's the word I want to use? I was really, at first I was curious where that was going to go. I was hoping it'd go in another direction because I was really interested in them, because I like that. I really like their presence, or something about their presence is kind of interesting to me. Out of the side characters we mentioned, I feel like that is a little bit more, they're a little bit more memorable to me. Because I guess I like the whole Fae thing. So
yeah, they're very Fae-like.
Yeah, very Fae-like. They were okay. Okay.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do our final ranking. Here we are.
I don't know where to put you.
Yeah,
it might be. I'm sorry.
I don't have a but hear me out for this game.
Same.
Yeah. Well, some of y'all in the chat are sharing your rankings as well. Vertani says brainrot, Missir, Bride, Idol, Fado de Rire, Il, Rindo, and then Bone, Asmodeus, Bestie, Ignis, Canus, Epilogi, But Hear Me Out, Mikado, Boring, Karia, Venia, and then Banish, Dromi, and the Assistant. And then Lion says I might make Venia your butt hear you. Venia could be a butt hear me out.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
Maybe I'll put Venia like in between that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Venia would be an interesting, imagine if Venia had a root. It would be really interesting, don't you think?
I think so.
All right, y'all. We did it. We took 3 Halloween games, and we took a little extra time on 9 RIP because out of all of these games, I think 9 RIP is the most Halloween-y out of all of them because ghosts. And it also has 9 love interests, which is a lot. So we definitely probably took the most amount of time, but I think it deserved it. We also talked about Virche Evermore, which is a dark fantasy sci-fi game. And then we talked about Café Enchanté, which is both at the same time a sunny yet angsty fantasy type of a game with the best Halloween costumes that you could probably imagine. That's what we did today, y'all. We ranked these guys. Hannah, if people want to hang out with you on the socials and everything, where can they find you?
They can find me on X, Twitter, Ships Navigator. They can find me on Blue Sky. I'm not as, active there. I'm Ships Navigator as well. I am on Facebook group once in a while. I'm also thinking about creating another Otome Facebook group. And make it more like for people to promote content creators, indie games, things like that. But I'll let people know.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Y'all, if you would like to follow me on social media, I'm Jitterrue everywhere. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. Obviously, we're all on Twitch right now, but I have a YouTube channel. I'm on Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, and then of course my Discord group, and it's just Jitterrue, Jitterrue, and you're welcome to connect with me, hang out with me in all of those places, and I'd love to connect with you. And also, if anybody has anything that you want to promote, especially if it's around Otome Games and dating sims and all those types of things, like if you're a dev, you're a content creator, there is a space for you to be able to promote yourself in my Discord channel. And also you can tag me on stuff on social if you're like, hey, could you like share this for me? I'm happy to do that, because I think that this is such a wonderful niche of Otome Games, and a lot of people don't know about it. And I didn't even know they existed until the beginning of 2024. I'd love to just do whatever I can in my small part to get more word out about that. Hey, these Otome Games are here. They're awesome. And there's a really awesome fandom for them. And so thank you, Hannah, for joining the stream today. I hope you had fun.
Yes, I really love this. This is my first one. I was like, oh my God, it really satisfies the need, since panels that you can't do as much, as often, because it requires going to cons as the cons happening and what have you, but this kind of satisfied the need. I love just blabbering about it. And I'd love to do this again with other games, so.
100%. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you all had fun.